Hello and welcome to the War Report. I'm your host, Cyrus, joined by Justin. Quan is on another leave of absence. He should be back next week, though. This is a show where we talk about NXT and AEW. How we feeling?
All in weekend. You excited? No?
No, with the pay-per-view, I like to watch it the next day because I don't like being up at 2 a.m. watching watching wrestling.
It'll be early. It's gonna be early. It's gonna be like 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Shit, I gotta go to work.
Yeah, it's a UK PPG.
Oh yeah, UK time. Yeah. That's good. I'll probably on my lunch break or I could probably sneak in, see what the conversation about, but I don't think I will be like really tuning in live. And I actually have a good reason. I have to work.
That's but I mean, from the looks of
Oh.
this tonight, they don't work.
This is the most go home show of like go home shows, just like from what I saw in the spoilers. So I don't think I'm missing anything.
You're not. I mean, I'm checking it out. It's a show, all right. It's just weird that how they're in Cardiff and they're still like booking like Cardiff. Are they like the equivalent of like a crypto in Cardiff, or are they all like this small?
No, oh, I never been to Carter, so I wouldn't really know like if this is like a big venue for them or not, or like a big space for them. Like what is it? Was it Clash at the Castle? That was like at a stadium, so I don't know what their what is it?
Shit,
What
shit,
their like arenas are like.
shit tiny, bro. I'll just say that. Well,
I mean, uh they don't go like if it's not the stadium, because that's the only thing I'm really familiar with the Cardiff. I'm just like, yeah, of course it's small. I have I don't really know what to say about their venue. Um,
it's not impressive to me. But let's continue.
what is it? It's like a little esports arena or whatever, right? Like,
Oh, Collision one, yeah. The one they're in tonight for Dynamite was I feel like they just booked it like a couple of weeks ago, but it's sold out. But it's just I didn't I thought it was
oh yeah, it's small. Honestly, it's the space that they should be in.
that's true. That's true.
Like they are finally in the proper like space that they should be in. I think they should cherish that moment. That's
Sure.
what is it? I think like when the show started, when they brought out Monet and Britt Baker, what is it? They finally got the camera on the whole crowd.
It looked good.
Yeah. I they should definitely be more running more spaces like this, but they just don't. Um, but I I know you just recorded a show, so probably not much updates on life, but like how are you doing?
No, same old, same old. We did the A show. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you go listen to that wherever you listen to podcasts. It was me,
Hmm.
Meals, and our good friend DJ on the line this week. DJ doing a
I I forgot that he won the Rumble pool. So when I saw him there, I was just like, oh, that's cool, I guess.
That is how long it's been since I mean what 8 months? Not 9.
Yeah. And we talk to this fucker every day, so all the holdup was.
I think it was just scheduling. I think it was just scheduling because I think DJ had got like a promotion or something. I'm telling his business, but
Yeah, the DJ be getting money for a
yeah, he a money getting nigga. So I get it.
um but yeah, no, did you did you have the chance to check out stuff from Gamescom?
No, well, Gamescom was going on while I was recording a show, so
Mm-hmm. Did you
obviously I picked up on the big things that I was interested in. Street Fighter 6. I'm glad that happened relatively early.
forgot to check out Terry.
Super super awesome trailer. If anyone's into fighting games, Street Fighter 6 has, or Street Fighter in general, has its first guest character ever, and it's Terry Bogard from SNK Fatal Fury. He's an alum from there. He looks fantastic. That looked great. I checked out the Monster Hunter stuff. There was a lot of Monster Hunter stuff.
There's
And
so much Monster Hunter stuff that it's like it's coming out like as we're speaking, so I'm just like it's cool, it's whatever, but I need them niggas to show me the hunting horn. Shit. I need to see it, bruh.
Yeah, I'm a little perturbed by some of the changes that they made to like my favorite weapons. I consider myself, and this has been since World when we were playing Monster Hunter World, like
Hmm.
what, almost 10 years ago. I consider myself a switch axe main, and they did a lot of they fumbled with it a little bit.
Um, well, they took out probably the best move to ever exist in Monster Hunter.
Was that?
With the hunting horn. They took away the spin.
Oh yeah, they did take it with a spin.
That shit would do so much damage. And they took it out. I was just like, oh man, that fucking sucks. But what is it? I think I don't know if you saw the trailer for it, but that move where they like strum the horn, I think that's like the new thing that they like swapped it out with. And I'm just like, that's cool, but
Well,
oh man, that move was cool.
I was such a big fan of Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch, and I double dipped on that one, and actually, like a madman, restarted on PlayStation
Oh. Oh yeah,
last
no, you did do that.
last year when it came out. I restarted and I got even further, and I was very into. I would say pretty much like I know we got the game the same time when it came out 3 years ago. I probably put in about 700 hours in the Rise. Like I played a lot of Monster Hunter Rise, and I was expecting some carryover, and unfortunately, not a lot of stuff carried over.
Hmm.
I feel like with with the new engine, I guess there comes new ways that they do things because there was a lot of carryover from World to Rise, and that had happened. But I just want my Switch Axe to get some love, man. I don't like what they did to it. I like the fact that it was able to morph. And if anyone knows what Switch Axe is, it's like an axe that turns into a sword. And I mean, this Monster Hunter.
In the very literal sense that it just turns, it's a switch. It's a great sword with a switch.
Yeah, basically, like with them dicks too. You know what I'm saying? And it flips out and it switches to a sword. And they took out in Rise. I don't know if you played Rise long enough, but like they had actually changed the way that the switch axe was played, where now a lot of it was you're transforming the axe to sword, axe to sword, axe to sword.
Hmm.
You were able to do that back and forth, and now you can't do that anymore. And I guess it's a
Oh
weird.
wait, how does that work now?
They just took the move out. The move's gone completely.
They took out the transforming move.
Yeah, the transforming move is gone. So it works like it did in World, where the transformation happens, but it's not like you were able to press like R2 or R1, whatever your button was,
Hmm.
and it would just switch. And now you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I can see why that would piss some people off. I feel like that's a very bad change.
A lot of what Rise was elemental attack, like elemental,
Hmm.
basically farming and elemental builds became like a large part of it. And Switch Axe was like on par with Dual Blades in terms of being able to put status effects on people or on monsters because of the switch move, because it was like fast. Like you didn't have to worry about the axe being slow because you could just switch out
Yeah,
whenever you
you
want.
could just swap. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, and I never play well like I didn't play Rise long enough to like experiment with other weapons. Um like I think I just did Lancet Hunting Horn and then I eventually stopped playing. Um but no, that seems like a very shitty move.
I
Very
don't
bad
know.
play.
I trust Capcom. They've been on fire, and again, like you notice, the only two games we talked about are two Capcom games. So like they're
Yeah.
on fire right now, and I trusted though whatever they change Switch X to, then I'll probably just have to adapt.
I I can't speak on the other game. Oh well, I mean, the only I didn't think Gamescom was all that great, so there's not much I could really speak on. But I was excited to see the Borderlands 4 reveal. Despite all the movie talks going on and shit like that. But I do think well, I'm excited. I'm excited to play it, to see it. I can't wait. Um, but everybody's still talking about the movie and shit, and everybody's getting joke tweets off, and I'm just like, bruh, I hope they don't fucking fumble it, bruh.
Well, I mean, the games always sell well, at the very least.
Yeah.
Like they always sell well. They're always super popular, and there's I mean that you can't complain about that. I mean they always pretty much do well. So I mean I wouldn't even worry about that.
Thanks for that reassurance, man. I was very worried. You feel me? I keep seeing that one tweet where it's been making me laugh all day when you kill a psycho and you pick up a legendary SMG called the Hawk Tuah, bro. I was like, please, bro. I don't need that to happen, bro.
But yo, that's the vibe.
But
Just
yeah, that's the
going
word.
through. I'm mad at you because you told me to buy 3 again, and
We
we
could
have
literally get on after we finish recording.
like, well, I can't because
Uh
it's married night. So
oh, I thought that was Thursdays.
Wednesday and Thursdays, bro. She's trying to take away
Oh,
days too, bro. I'm like,
I was
fuck.
like, what? I thought I knew you, bro.
Uh,
That's why I'll be asking for shit on Thursdays, but that was Wednesdays too.
Then Wednesdays. It's been
Hey,
Wednesday.
man, it's me. You gotta understand.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what? She might actually. Yeah, you're right. Just tell.
nah.
Yeah, give him his Thursdays back.
I'm just gonna text her. Hey, tell Justin to get on the game, bro.
But
All right, well, let's talk about AEW, and I'll send you to your lovely wife, man.
Well,
All right.
I mean, back to Gamescom though, really quick.
Oh, okay.
I think that is my mic too low? My mic low?
I mean, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, I can't tell, but I think in terms of Gamescom, I think a lot of people are disappointed because everyone's expecting, uh, I think everyone's expecting kind of like a big blowout kind of like game to talk about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am definitely one of those people.
It's never kind of been more cooked for that. Now you're starting to see that like these AAA games take a very long time to make. Like, look at the silence from Sony for pretty much half the year. They haven't said any
Mhm.
talked about anything. Like, are we? Is the PS Pro probably still get announced? But we probably won't get any news on anything else for the rest of the year because I bet you next year is gonna people are gonna be like, this is the greatest year ever of gaming because that's when all the games are gonna be done. Like 2025 and 2026,
Yeah.
get all the games you're waiting for.
Cause yeah, I was watching a lot of Gamescom and then excuse me. And I was just like, you know, where's like the games or like where's the games that are coming out this year?
Yeah,
And all the games that are coming out this year are, and I hate that gaming is gonna make me hate this word, but every game is cozy.
yeah.
Every game is a builder. Every game is like, and they didn't like coin it or like, they're not the most dominant in the genre, but everything is a Animal Crossing like. And I'm just like, we need something else. And then if it's not that, it's like some military shooter. And I'm like, if you're not Call of Duty, it's cooked for you.
Or are you in space? That's another thing people love now. Space. We in space now.
Yeah. And I thought that was over last year. Cause what is it? We got or like gaming last year, because we got Starfield, we got the Callisto Protocol, I think that was a game. Um, we got the Dead Space remake. Yeah, we got so much space related shit last year. So I'm just like, we still doing space shit?
Yeah. Again, we're starting to see that it's taken a while for these things to come out. There was a new Mafia game that looked kind of promising. Mafia is kind
Yeah.
of the only open world game that kind of comes out at a regular clip. I think
Mm-hmm.
4 to 5 years per game at this point. Mafia 3 was well received at the time. But Borderlands 4, like you said, there were some indies that came out that people were really
Mm-hmm.
excited about. Um, Microsoft announcing that their games are coming to other platforms. That's a whole nother conversation.
Hey
But
man, Microsoft saying, "Hey man, we finally getting Genshin. Get the fuck out my face, man."
yeah, I mean, they're missing a bag not having Genshin. Like a lot of people were questioning why the hell is Genshin not on there? Why is ZZZ not on Xbox? You know what I'm saying? Like
My
it's
thing, my thing is like, I like missing a bag on the fault of the company or on like the gaming studio or like Microsoft.
probably Microsoft missing a bag. Like
Okay, yeah, because what is it? I think it was just like earlier this year they just got Final Fantasy 14. We'll get to the update on that. But I'm just like, dude, this game came out when the PS3 was hot.
yeah,
and y'all just getting it.
It wasn't their focus. It wasn't their focus at the time.
I'm like, y'all missing out on major like bags. And I'm questioning what is it about Microsoft now that people are just like, okay, you'll get your port, or because are they paying niggas
They're
to
probably
put their?
paying them. But the thing is, a lot of indies and shit like that, they're having problems getting on the system in general.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're seeing now, Black with Wukong, biggest game in the world right now.
It's not like
500,000 people playing it. Not on Xbox. No clue when it's coming either.
um what was I forget which developer it was. I think it was like Phantom Blade Zero
Yeah.
that was just like, I don't see the point of being on Microsoft.
Well, allegedly that was
Oh,
mistranslated.
yeah, and then I believe it was just like some miscellaneous like dev. It wasn't like, it could have been somebody of no importance for real. But I was just like, I think that's bad if people could really like say that and people be like, yeah, he's kind of right.
Yeah. But again, the Xbox is making waves and trying to show that they are, I mean, in a very interesting subset from the last 10 years of gaming, have no exclusives. And that is kind of a thing for them now. Like, you don't have like our exclusives aren't exclusives. They're on everything. The thing is this the platform you want to play them on? And
Yeah, exactly.
that works because you see there isn't an investment in their actual system. So they have to do this. They have to break even somehow. They have to make a profit somehow. And this is how they're gonna do it.
Well, hopefully they make it, but I just think it's like just kind of nuts because what is it? What is it? They buy all the studios. They bought Bethesda. What is it? The first game since they like acquired Bethesda, what is it? Deathloop. It still ends up on PS5. People have been propping up this Indiana Jones game for a really long time, and it's coming to PS5 too.
Yeah.
So it's just like I do think that it might be that time for them to get out of hardware. Because if you're gonna buy all these studios and then you're still releasing it on the PlayStation just so you could like break even, yeah, man, let's save some money. We you don't gotta you ain't gotta make no more Xbox, bro. Just have Game Pass. Just do your shit.
Well, I hope I hope the best for them. But I know one thing. If I got Game Pass, I'm not buying games. And I think that's the issue. And we'll see how
So true.
the Call of Duty thing works for them. Because if Call of Duty still, they've switched up their whole thing. They changed everything about their model in the last 6 months, and we'll see how that works out for them because it's a new age. And is it that people don't care about exclusives, or is it they don't care about Xbox? And I think that's the question that
I
people.
think is that they don't care about Xbox exclusives.
Well, I mean, they're not buying the system, so yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, no, like Halo not being a system seller.
That's
Could you
on them. That's on them though,
could,
because
but could you imagine saying that, Halo 3 days, Halo 4 days being like, at some point nobody's gonna give a shit about Halo, and a lot of people are gonna start caring about a Halo clone.
that's their fault. That's their fault. That's really their fault because Halo Infinite wasn't that bad. It's just that I didn't play it a lot because
Nobody else had an Xbox to play it
nobody
with.
just wanted to play it with me. So yeah, I mean, I left it where it was. I really liked the single player mode though. It was really good.
Okay. I just don't know what you do with Xbox currently. Um,
I'd say it, but I'm trying to be nice.
I don't even want to know what's gonna be said, bro. But yeah, that's it for Xbox. Final Fantasy update before we get into Dynamite. I think last week I finished Gunbreaker. That's 100. I am playing Sage now, and I am level 80. Basically, I leveled up 10 times before the last time I was on this pod. At first, I wasn't fucking with it. Now that I have more buttons available, I'm cool with it. Um,
What was I
St-
when I was playing? Was I like a what was I? I was like a monk
you
or some
probably Monk is a really good class. That was my first class. Now it's a little too complicated for me. Like, there's been 2 expansions since I started playing. They have reworked the class twice. I'm not willing to learn no more rotations. I'm sorry. When they changed one of the healers, Astrologian, up really, really bad. Um, I had to make 28 macros to make that shit work.
That's more. How many F? There's not enough Fs on the keyboard for that. What you doing? F1, F2, F3.
So, all right. So I play on controller,
Uh huh.
and very ill-advised way to play. But you have, what is it? Basically, on the face of the controller, you have 8 buttons, and then that is called a cross hot bar on the controller. It's your 4 buttons, but it varies between controllers. So you press R, what is it? R2, you have 8 commands available to you. You press L2, you have another 8. So to make this shit work and to distribute healing and buffs really fucking fast, I had to make the bar, basically like all the put all the skills in the right place,
Yeah.
copy it, make another one that make another version of it that distributes the buffs between the 8 players, because there's 8-man raids and 4-man content, all that shit. And then so when I want to select a buff to give out, it will switch and then it will show the numbers and who to display it to. So
That's complicated.
it was very complicated. It was very annoying to make. Um at first I was cool. Like, it only took like probably like 8 to like distribute the buffs, and then they made the 3 available buffs 3 different buttons. And I
Uh,
was like, this is taking up way too much fucking real estate. And I was just like, okay, I'll bend the knee and then do this shit.
Shit,
But
I thought I had complicated macros on my pad for Street Fighter 6, and this is look at this.
no,
I'm
this.
learning leverless.
Oh, really? That's nice. I've been seeing a lot of that content lately.
Think about learning it. It seems interesting. The only thing about leverless is that like I can only find expensive ones. Like I'm
Oh
gonna get
yeah.
like leverless.
It's so popular currently, so I don't think you're gonna get like a really cheap one.
Well, I'm gonna find one. I've been looking on Amazon.
You
I
could
don't want
try
to
to
get one from
you
like
could make one.
I don't want to get one from like Hong Kong or some shit in the mall. You know what I mean? So like I'm trying I want to find one, and I think I'll do it after I get I'm gonna get Bison the Master on Street Fighter. I'm close. I almost got there today, but
You
I got filtered.
go go ahead and hit Timu, bruh. They got you.
Bruh, button got down fly off. Hell no.
um, but yeah, Final Fantasy update. I'm leveling up Sage right now. I have a long way to go. After this, I'm gonna do my dailies and then probably just hop the fuck off because I hate farming dungeons. All right. AEW, let's pull up these spoilers. The one thing that I did watch because it was something that I wanted to watch on the show. Um, it is the Britt Baker Mercedes Moné contract signing.
Woof.
Oof. I would just like to say that just because y'all have monikers that it's like a 3-letter word or whatever, y'all gotta just stop saying that shit back and forth to one another. Like, the catchphrase war between the two is, to me, it gets really corny. Like, it opens every promo and then it ends every promo.
I'm a CEO. Well,
And it's
before
just like,
the CEO, there was the D in
yeah, and it
you
was
know
just like
it's just like about spelling. It's like this whole feud about who can spell.
the ABCs, you feel me? I thought, as usual, you know, problems aside, or the work shoots aside, like, I think that Britt Baker kind of like brings it to Mercedes every time because Mercedes has never been a great talker.
But here's the
So
thing: they both sounded anemic on this promo. I thought Britt sounded sleepy or like slurry. Like I don't know what it was, but it sounded like she had a heel cadence as a babyface. You know how heels talk very.
yeah, I that's just naturally her character. Like, and I to a degree, yeah, that might just be a very like bad thing. Um, I there's just really no I had never known her to talk any other way. I don't really I don't think Mercedes should be heel. I mean, I don't even think this program should be happening anyway. But
I
I
well break down the. I mean, let's break it down.
okay, go
They
ahead.
both come out. Sasha says that she's bringing things into the future. Don't know how that's happening in the second company, but we'll whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Said she says Sasha or not Sasha. Mercedes says that Britt was always a fan and she was the one who or she referring to
Inspired her.
herself, who inspired her to be a wrestler and she lives her dream every single day and Britt had to take a detour to go get a degree and I'm like how's that a bad thing? That almost
Yeah.
feels like how she was mad about Alexa Bliss almost. We were just like, well, you
On
didn't
it, yeah. Especially, if Britt wanted to take it there, could have called her a high school dropout and she wouldn't be wrong.
Jesus. But I
If she
mean,
if she if she wanted to take it there.
Britt does take it there. She responds in kind and says, "Well, you were one of four. I'm a one of one." And it sounded like everything that they were reading off came off of a sheet of paper, and they were
Mm-hmm.
reading off the script like
Word for
line
word.
by line, yeah, line by line. And it just felt like it was like, okay, is she okay with this line? Is she okay with this line? Do you want to say this line? And it
Oh,
just felt inauthentic.
I think there is a lot of like asking, "Are you okay with this?" or "Are you gonna walk out?" Um, I think that
Well, I think Mercedes
they
like,
try.
I'm still going over, right? He was like, I'm good.
Yeah, it's like fuck it, say whatever you like. You taking this pen?
Hey, Jesus. But I mean, but again, it's like, um, I wanted to kind of see how they would break this down in the final kind of stretch between these two. And
Hmm.
I mean, between this and last week's collision, where it was just like an embarrassing segment between the both of them. Why are they not hitting each other after they beat down Britt again last week? I don't understand who made that rule. Um,
Yeah, I don't get why they had to do the regular like face off. Um, or like the no contact, and I was just like, yeah,
what two,
I know
two
why because they had to save it for MJF and Osprey, but
once again, no, but still, they break the rules there. There's two no contact things on the show. They do
hmm
this all the time on Dynamite and AEW in general, where they have two of the same stipulations on the same show. They have people doing it to the crowd twice. They have 445 beatdowns on this show. Like so many beatdowns on this. But then it's like Britt says, I'm not gonna break the rules, but she's getting on my nerves. Hits her with the weakest mic shot ever.
uh
Mind you, Camille
uh hold
Camille
on.
came out looking like one of the Sesame Street puppets, bruh. She looked crazy. She looked mad orange.
um so I guess the workaround for this segment was, I can't hit you, but I can hit her. And I'm just like, oh, okay. But like, I think Camille is too big to be fodder for Mercedes.
Too big to be backing down from Britt. Too big to be whoa 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 and landing into the
Yeah, stumbling, stammering and shit. Like, I I think it's just very confusing that they bring her in and she hasn't really looked big or imposing at all unless it was like the local jobbers. When it comes to Britt, she is big as me. And I find that odd.
well, I mean, again, it's all in presentation. And I think when you are presented, excuse me, with a program where these are supposed to be two big time, big performers, it's only ever felt hot like two of the weeks. Like it felt hot this week. It felt hot like the first week they, when they came out and did all this stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of just been meandering for the whole thing. It's like there was a suspension that really broke everything up those 2 weeks that she was
Yeah,
suspended.
I feel like that's what really fucked shit up. But I feel like AEW would have fucked that up anyway.
It's true, but I'm just saying, like there's definitely there's a lot of things that could have went better when it came to this, but and we'll talk about this when we predict who will win this thing.
Okay. Next we got Chris Jericho facing off against Dynamite Kid's kid.
Tom Billington, Tom,
Yeah.
Tom, yeah, Tom.
Where'd they find this nigga?
Hasn't he been on Collision? They kept saying he was on Collision mad time. You would know, right?
Me.
Never mind. He was on Collision, I think. I think that's where he first popped up at. Um, the match was fine. I don't know why Jericho needs a match. I honestly don't know why they're trying to do like matches on this show. Like,
It's the wrestling show, brother. If you're not wrestling, you're not AEW.
I guess Tom looked great. Did a tombstone to Jericho. Uh, I got a couple visual, pins on him. Of course, the learning tree, interfering, leading to the loss by way of top rope code breaker. Then Jericho hits the most like house show ass. Well, Hook, if you were right here in front of me right now, boy, I oughta. It's not like he was missing. He's showed up on the show already. He came back like 2 weeks ago. So like, what do
Yeah. I man, this Jericho character is supposed to be disingenuous. So that's how he's getting this character over. Just being a bumblefuck.
Lame. It was lame. I hope comes out. I'm guessing at the pay-per-view he's gonna take the thing off his eye and it's gonna be fine.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I don't know why he's still wearing it.
Commentary extremely grating during this match. More so than usual. Extremely awful.
That's just AEW, man. I Tad Tony Schiavone and Tad, they should not be in the same room together anymore. I don't know how they're still doing this. Take either or man out.
Taz a bitch for letting his son get his ass whipped like this.
Oh, absolutely. Uh he just keeps letting his ass cooked, bro.
Yeah. Another beatdown on Hook. He looks weak going into
Mm-hmm.
the interview. I would imagine Joe might be there. You think? They're still filming Twisted Metal, so probably not. Probably not. Huh?
Yeah, I think this is something that he really needs to do on his own, but it's AEW, so God knows what's gonna happen here. Um, I feel like Shibata's gonna probably get involved in some shape or fashion, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was just like, I, 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 I just feel like Hook needs to do this shit on his own for real. So yeah, I don't see Hook winning here because he hasn't found a way to dispatch Jericho meat riders.
Well, I don't know. That doesn't fucking matter. I don't. This is probably the least like. This is probably the match I care the least about. To be honest with you on this card.
Uh, one for sure, one of them. But we're gonna move on here. Um, Tony Storm defeating Saraya. I think this is another instance of this doesn't really need to be happening on the show, but it is.
Was it more important that it's here, or should you have given it to Saraya at Wembley and maybe had? Well, I don't know. It just seemed like everything they did here with Tony just sped everything up for this feud to the point where it's not really hot no more because they've done everything. Um,
Yeah, they did the disguise. They did the disguise thing like 4 times. Um, what is it? Yeah, they did like several beatdowns. I don't think they really had any promos or anything just yet. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't know what you do with this program going forward for real.
Once again, meh. Just like
Yeah.
this match was between her and Saraya.
Oh,
Saraya is so slow.
this match had no way in hell of being good. So so let's start there. Actually, that shit was not fucking happening. Um, Mariah May comes out and attacks Tony Storm with the shoe. Another post match beat down. You know how AEW get down. Um, the Will Ospreay and MJF segment.
15 minutes long. 15 minutes from 8:50 to 9:06. 15 minutes. I knew
Mhm.
something was up when Osprey came out then. So this took the place of whatever would have been what the 8:50 match. So that would have been what, like a scramble tag team match or whatever they would have put
Mhm.
on the show at this point.
Some fucking 6 man.
I know Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy probably wouldn't have been involved. So it would have been one of those matches. But
When are they not?
MJF talks about Osprey's wife, his family, says he don't got the heart to do it because he don't got the heart to do the Tiger Driver, and that's why he's gonna win. There's a whole bunch of just ridiculous shit that
Just
he's
baiting.
baiting. He comes out in a
Like
full America suit.
I'm
Yeah.
just can it be any more heavy handed that he's gonna do the Tiger Driver?
Well, I mean, later in the night, Brian comes out and says, "Do it." So yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like
They don't even they have no subtlety. Like this is the company of zero subtlety. Nothing is subtle. Everything is like hammered in your fucking head every single time. Like there's some semblance in like other companies of just like, okay, like we're gonna give this to you, but not now. AEW's like, we're gonna give it to you here because you are a fan of this, and it was the day of this, and we keep mentioning it, and because we keep mentioning it, that means we're gonna do it. And like it's like when they
uh
time limit draws, and he's like, oh, it's gonna
mhm.
be time limit draw, right? Like it's always that's how it always happens.
It's I would say it's very much like is this it's an anniversary tweet booking. Like
On this day.
just make yeah, on this day it happened, so therefore it is. As you expressed. Yeah, that's really how AEW gets down.
But it ends
uh
up with Osprey asking Tony Schiavone like how much he'd get fined if he hit MJF because of course they had the no contact thing. And he says
mhm.
100,000 pounds. And I'm just like, what's that, like $5? So uh he attacks MJF, big pull apart brawl. MJF's fighting security, which I'm sure he'll get fined for that. And then he's about to he punches him with the ring and he's so Osprey's bleeding because of course you can't have a show without blood every fucking week. And then he gives him the what's the brain buster that it's basically his brain buster move. I forgot what it was called. And
Mhm.
then MJF teases the Tiger Driver and the security fights him off, and that's the end of the segment. Very, very long segment. I'm pretty sure everyone in the world is gonna say this was a home run. It just went too long. I feel like you could have gotten here with like way less of
Hey.
making Osprey look like a bitch. Like
When I suggested AEW could do a lot less, they're just like, hey man, they're just having fun. So
whatever.
I'm off it. Any subtlety or showing restraint is very frowned upon um in this current world right now, or the state of wrestling.
This current company
Um
shit. Current company.
yeah, this part puzzled me a little bit because we have a interview segment where Renee Young or Renee Paquette, I'm so sorry. Um she's interviewing Hangman Page saying he's going to be on the in the gauntlet on Sunday, and then Evil Uno comes out.
Out of nowhere. Just like walks behind him.
Why the fuck are you here?
In the month or two that I have been watching Dynamite, strictly Dynamite, this guy has not shown up. Is he always this big? Just like he looks very bulbous. He looks like Wario.
He's always been that big. Um, but I don't know why we're going back to this. Hangman Page has already beat this man down. He's already abandoned y'all. Y'all turned on him. Why are we revisiting this?
Because now he's a heel and he needs something to do. So he doesn't have a match currently set for the show, right?
He's gonna be in the casino the casino gauntlet shit or whatever.
Oh, I
Yeah,
wonder
he's
who will win
in
that.
he's with the Bumble fucks like Orange Cassidy and them.
Well, actually, he should lose that so that he'll be even madder, and then that'll cause the snap more. Okay, I guess so. He's probably not gonna win that. All right.
Yeah, that's
Can we just skip the rest of the show? I'm gonna be real. This was like a nothing show. There's a long ass there's a
six
long
man.
yeah there's a 6 man that sucked. There's a long ass promo between Swerve and Danielson, and Danielson comes out. He drops an F bomb, and the show ends. So woohoo!
Woo! F bombs. That's how real edge.
Oh, Cesaro and Okada went to a time limit draw too
Yeah.
because
That
because Cesaro can't lose. I'm sorry, I keep calling him Cesaro. Claudio can't lose to anyone. I guess he is the fucking Ahmed Johnson of
all
AEW.
right, all right. I think Ahmed Johnson might be a really good comparison. I think it's perfect. Yeah,
Dumb.
we're done. Now let's get into All In, and then I guess we can talk a little bit. Let me refresh to make sure everything's here because I'm pretty sure they already done filming Collision.
Uh,
Um,
I don't know.
I
Actually, like,
think
let's
so.
see, because you're right. They might have, because there's only 10 matches I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, I'm just like, ain't no way there's only gonna be 10 matches on the show. I know. I'm familiar with y'all game, man.
Let's see.
Y'all gonna have my dumb ass watching this shit all fucking night. Well, no,
Collision.
I'd be skipping the shit, so I'll watch next day.
Oh, spoilers. Okay, there we go. Let's see. No, no, no matches added.
I think there's only one match that we just really need to talk about. But all right, let's just get into it. All right, we got Chris Statlander, Stokely Hathaway versus Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. This is jokes.
Yeah, the winner of this match, I think they made this stipulation a couple days ago, will determine the stipulation of Willow and Chris in a week at All Out.
Mm-hmm.
Which, good luck to you, Cyrus. You got 2 weeks of this shit again.
Do I? Let's start. Let's be real. Um, I think the stipulation. I don't really care what the stipulation is going to be.
It's ridiculous because it's like what the fourth time these two are going to face off against each other, in as many months. Willow has like all but forgotten the fact that she was the fucking the TBS
TBS champion.
champion, and she has not tried to go back and get that title. She just kind of said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go after Chris," and she's made that her life's mission. She's done nothing else since then other than like winning a title in a company that she's not full time for. And she's actually winning that belt because Stephanie Backer quit.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's done nothing.
Hey, Chris Statlander, she is always good for yeah, I'll be interim champion for y'all.
Exactly. Like and again, like I just think that they're doing this match way too many times. Um, I think that and they've done it on Dynamite. They've done it on. Have they done it on pay per view yet? No, right? Like they just
Mm.
do. They do this match a lot, and to have the blow off of the fourth or fifth match that they've had, um, on it All Out, like the match, this mixed tag match doesn't even get any time on Dynamite this week at all.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean? Like that just shows you just how that feud went from must see to we'll get to it when we get to it. You know what I mean? And it sucks because these two they're really great. You know what I mean? And I enjoy seeing both of them, but they've been given nothing but piss poor creative, and this is proof of that. If I were to guess who was gonna win this, I would imagine that Stokely probably pins Willow and Chris picks a stipulation and she loses it all out. It makes the most sense to me.
Having Stokely pin, having Stokely pin, fucking Willow.
Hey man, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Man, AEW is just stupid enough to actually do that. That's a shit.
It just makes more sense to me. But knowing AEW, like my head says Willow will win, get the stip and lose, but because I mean that's just how these types of things go. But my heart says that she'll lose here and she'll probably win it all out because they want to move her on to something else, which they should.
Yeah. Um, yeah, we'll just see what happens from there. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, just give it to Mariah May. I I don't know what meat is left on the bone for this feud.
Well, they gotta keep it going, right? Like they gotta do something else, even if they win, even if she wins this, they got to keep it going. I think this is set up for Mariah to win with the repack. I'm putting quotes here, repackage, which she just
She's just herself, or like she came in as a Tony Storm dig right, and now she's coming in as her Stardom character.
yeah, like I guess that's cool, but I expect a lot of kickouts and finishers to be kicked out in during this match. They attempted to build up Mariah as like this world beater, kick ass, badass who beats jobbers one week and then goes 50-50 with them the next. So we'll see how they pull this off. But Tony's coming off of a title defense against Saraya, which honestly probably would have worked best for her to do this at Wembley, but Mariah May probably deserves it. They've been pushing her for so long. So
Yeah. Tony Storm, just give it up, bro. Just let her win, bro. Um, I'm gonna skip that because I think that's gonna be a larger conversation. Um, Jack Perry versus Darby Allin in a coffin match. Quan last week said this reeks of you not pinning me, brother.
yep, yep. Makes a lot of sense. If you want to keep Perry Strong in a loss, which is what I think will happen here, then
Hmm.
you'll have him do that. But I mean, it's gonna be a plunder match. Is only these two guys know how. I just think it's interesting that the guy who got your biggest star fired gets a marquee match. Uh, yeah,
On the anniversary of the show or the anniversary of the moment.
think it's funny. I think it's funny.
Oh, hey man. Over under on another like catastrophe at Wembley.
I'm gonna go with the under. And I think if there is something that happened, we won't find out about it till after. Nothing as big as like CM Punk, because even still, like we didn't hear about the Britt Baker stuff till like way later, and that was like scuttlebutt until like somebody else like confirmed it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It already happened.
Yeah, that's what is it? Like we heard about it kind of like a week later.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean,
Uh
what she was what like week 3 into it, or about the time we heard about her, week 1 into the suspension. We finally heard about it because she was off TV that week that I did the show with you again, and then we found
hmm.
out about it afterwards
Oh yeah, true.
after Comic Con.
Uh yeah, after Comic Con, yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got. The Wikipedia has it listed as Casino Gauntlet, but it doesn't have any participants like listed. They're learning.
Well, we know Cassidy's gonna enter at number 1.
Yeah.
Conglomeration is in it, so that's Marcus.
Yeah, more or less like all of the conglomeration is like involved here.
Hangman and Evil Uno. So I mean, probably what Leo Rush.
Yeah.
Uh, you
Uh
know,
what that nigga name? Tony Nese.
yeah, Tony Nese. What's the name? Anthony Ogogo will probably show up. So
Hmm. Um, I'm just gonna say I don't know who's gonna win, so
I
it fucking
I
matter.
I want to say Hangman, but him and Swerve don't need the title to do what they got to do. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't see him getting the title for a while, and so or do they? I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, if Hangman wins, I think that that's pretty much the canary in the coal mine that Danielson's going to lose at the end of the night. But I don't think that they're going to go that way.
We'll see. I have no guess. I mean, Orange Cassidy is always a safe bet. Tony Khan love that nigga, so
For a title shot, that's crazy.
yes. Hey man, he's done worse.
Awful.
Like what is it? Tony Orange Cassidy was like fucking God Emperor champion for God knows how fucking long. Um Chris Jericho versus Hook. Just give it to Hook. I don't see the purpose of the this is the last time you could challenge me stipulation.
Second stipulation of that kind, of that sort on this show, by the way. They love this. They love doing this shit. I will never, I will retire. I will all this shit. I
Uh
hate this.
the definitive.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, I'm just gonna go with Hook.
I
I
think
really
Hook's
don't see no point because there's not a lot of people in the FTW like orbit. Like it's not really a thing. So let's just give it away.
yeah, give it to Hook. I got a sinking feeling Joe's gonna come back. He's been gone for like a month now.
Mm-hmm.
I I mean, I know they're filming Twisted Metal right now. I just don't think Sweet Tooth has that many
90
scenes.
lines.
Yeah, like or that many scenes that he has to do. Like he's not even talking. It's not even him talking. So he's probably done by now.
All right,
Aren't they, and
Joe,
aren't
come
they
on.
filming in the UK? Aren't they filming in the UK anyway?
Twisted Metal?
Yeah, I
Oh, that's where they film? I didn't know that.
think so. Oh, it's in Toronto. Okay. So they've been filming for about 17 since July 17th, so about a month and some change. He's probably done.
Okay. Well, welcome back, Samoa Joe. The Young Bucks versus FTR versus the Acclaim. Um, I think the Acclaim is only really here to eat the pin.
We all know that.
So I'm gonna give it to FTR. Like the Bucks don't really have that many dates to be working anyway, and people were speculate. Not people weren't speculating, but people want to see Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi do their thing again, and I'm just like, when we gonna let that ship sail?
They can't. This is the member win company. Um, I mean, we're a year removed from them doing this match with one less team in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They do this match all the time. Remember when this was like a highly sought after match when the Bucks were on the Indies and FTR were there?
yeah.
Everyone was like, "We got to make it happen," and then they made it happen
I
so
think
many times.
I think the first one pretty good. The Wembley one, not so much. The one last week, even though it ended a disqualification, there was a whole bunch of like shenanigans and shit like that. Even before that, I didn't think this match was like really all that. Um, I'll tell you for sure, these niggas know New Day versus Usos. So,
in
I'm
terms
just
of
gonna go with FTR here.
personality, no, I'll go with the Bucks here. I mean, why not? The Bucks. Through nefarious means, I think the Bucks will win.
Oh, oh man, what the fuck is those nefarious means gonna be, bro? What new motherfucker they gonna bring in? What kind of fuckery do you see happening?
I mean, anything could happen. They could buy out Billy Gunn and have him turn on the Acclaim and help the Bucks win the match. They got to do something with the Acclaim. They have to change up this team somehow because they're just dry. They have no heat. I don't know about breaking them up, but they got to do something.
Yeah, I don't like that one, but I do agree that they need to change up the Acclaim. They need to do something. I don't know. I actually don't know what that could be, but whatever.
Breaking them up.
Um, we have the four-way ladder match for the trios titles. We got the Patriarchy, Christian Cage, uh, Kill Switch, Nick Wayne versus the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson, the Guns, the House of Black. Excuse me, Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and then when I saw this, I was just like, "What the fuck did this team come together?"
Has
Um,
the Bang Bang Gang face turn amounted to anything?
it amounted to JY getting injured and them getting stripped, even though there's a
They're still.
person right there to replace him.
Well, they
So
explained that. Didn't they explain that or some shit? Or did I
yeah, they
miss?
did explain it, and then they were just like, "No, I don't care."
So weird.
What is it, Christopher? I think it was like Christopher Daniels that was just like, "So what?"
So again, another team or another person or another act that's turned babyface lost all their heat. and are stuck in this type of shit. It happens every single time.
Which I think is crazy because Juice Robinson could have just filled in the shoes. Like, I think everybody is very puzzled by like that part. Um, all of this whole feud could have happened, all these feuds, everything to get here could have happened anyway, with them still having the title, because who gives a shit? It's a trios like division.
Gotta give the
I
title to the old guys.
I don't know why they went so hard um for this shit, but the last team is Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club. If there's any clear indication that Phoenix and Pentagon are not coming back,
It's this.
yeah,
Any more clear? And again, I still feel, I said this on the A show, I still feel like the Pac title shot leading to this, leading to the tag team stuff. There were some big plans that were changed around based off of free agents that did not sign with AEW. And I think we're starting to see that now.
yeah. Somebody just tweeted the real Monday Nights Wars is AEW versus Samantha Irvin's Instagram.
Well, didn't she retire from the Hump Day post?
That's what I heard, but niggas saying it's still happening. Maybe I'm not horn dog enough to really know the truth about this shit, but uh, I thought that shit was funny. Are niggas just revisiting her IG, just refreshing, waiting?
Remembering the days. I I miss her. I miss her.
About another man's wife is crazy. Um,
It's I would imagine also. My prediction. I meant to say my prediction. My prediction is that Ricochet shows up at the Casino Gauntlet.
oh, yeah, well,
I think he's gonna be the person that shows up.
have fun. Okay, what is it? The mall for Friday. Okay. Mercedes Moné versus Dr. Britt Baker DMD.
Mercedes. Gotta go
Yeah,
here.
I'm sorry, Britt Baker. You might be white, but Mercedes got a white woman in her corner.
Maybe Jamie Hayter comes back here.
A lot of people are saying no because they had the falling out, but I think business
I
is
mean,
business.
after Britt loses, Jamie Hayter comes out to face Mercedes.
Uh, yeah, I would like to see Jamie Hayter again.
Who
She
knows?
was probably the only person I really cared about in this fucking division. So come on home. The kids miss you, man.
Thunder Rosa come out. I want another shot. Yeah.
Yeah, boot me. Keep AEW, bro. Um, yeah, there's like I don't think there's a world where Britt Baker wins unless like something tragic like happens here. And I don't see it happening for this one. I see it happening for other feuds.
If Camille is the reason that Britt loses after being so ineffective and everything else, I'll eat a shoe. I will eat a shoe, literally. I'm gonna have to eat a shoe this Sunday, huh?
Probably, man. Which shoe do you plan on eating?
Probably a Birkenstock. And I'm like,
to
I'll eat a young buck Reebok.
I don't know why. All shoes are dry, but something about a Birkenstock, I feel like that's a well done steak type shit.
I'll put some A1 sauce on it and slice it up. For days.
Discord, if you real, what shoe y'all eating? That's my question to y'all. Next feud or next match, we got Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson here. I absolutely love that when anybody talks about this match, Swerve winning is not a possibility in their mind.
Swerve winning should not be a possibility. And I say this because there's more story to Bryan winning it. There's more of a feel good moment to him winning it as well. At the end of the night, the Swerve experiment is over. It's not working. They've tried to put him over like their biggest stars. And I just don't think that it's done like that much of a that it hasn't made that much of a difference on the show. But he doesn't even like he main events, but it doesn't even feel like his matches are talked about ever. Um, I don't know. I just feel like there's just no meat on the bone to Swerve being champion anymore. I think they did a good job, but he don't need to have the reign longer, and he don't need to be Bryan Danielson. I think that's a bridge too far. Like that's Roman Reigns levels of like pushing a guy down somebody's throat, and I think that you stand a chance of probably having people turn on him if that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
He is not the guy to retire Bryan Danielson. I'm sorry, he's just not.
Who is in your
Nobody here, but nobody in this company, but definitely not him. I'll just say that.
um, and I agree. Um, next, and then I feel like this has what's been
He's,
making,
he's not even main eventing our prediction segment.
yeah, because I like you can't you can't convince me that MJF is not trying to sabotage this nigga.
Ooh,
You can't convince me that he's not. It it's either two things, and it's probably both. MJF is trying to sabotage this nigga because you're paying me all this money. You know, why not make me the focal point? Two, AEW is just AEW is just shit booking. You you can't tell me that Swerve Danielson has much more story or a lot more going on than this mid card title feud.
well, he's retiring, bro.
Like you could say meat on the bone, you could say all this sort of jazz, but this is what's taking up majority of TV time. Legitimately, probably one of the most important things that are happening on the show. Um, MJF versus Will Ospreay. Uh,
This is a feud that started like a month ago, too. Like MJF
on fucking
turned
fire.
literally turned heel after being babyface for like what 2 weeks, and then he turned heel again.
A few turned heel like mad quick. Like I don't even think he tried to be babyface for real. Um, I think MJF got to come off that shit, right?
Yes, he will. But I think that the ending of this will make you wonder why they did this whole thing in the first place. You know what I mean? Like the Daniel Garcia stuff, the all of the fucking promos MJF cutting, all of the him going around the world. Like I don't feel like this character was a great heel character for him. And when he loses the title, what is his character after that? He won't be the American guy no more. You know what I mean? Like that almost makes me feel like that's why he's gonna win, but there's so much, I guess, story that they're trying to build up here with the Tiger Driver and all that stuff. And, I guess that's cool, but like, this is still largely a title that is not a world championship. And I do not think will be elevated from this title, from this title feud right now. This should be elevated. This should be for other guys to have elevated the championship, not these two. These two should be fighting for the AEW title. Osprey should have won the title. Osprey should be defending the title against Bryan Danielson.
But
And,
Osprey is just such a good guy. You know, he told Swerve, "Nah, man, we're not gonna make you transitional. We're just gonna make you one of the most ineffective champion AEW champions. It's okay, bro."
like I always say, Danielson should have beat Osprey, and they should have ran it back at Wembley. It makes no sense why this is happening. This is legitimately the most bewildering thing ever, and I'm honestly confused at how many people are not more upset about this. This was your guy. This was their big signing. You don't need to face MJF, man. You don't need to face him, bro. He's a better wrestler than MJF. Like, come on.
if not for that, you why not for the championship? Just why not for the championship? I think is like that's the weirdest part of this to me. Like I don't think it was really Osprey's call to say whether or not if Swerve is a transitional champion or not. God willing, if it just happens to be that, it got to be that because it's not fucking working. It's still not working. But here we are, still bizarrely enough. But
They've also had an hour-long match. There's no way this match goes as long,
mhm.
but there's no stipulation to it. So they're going to be kind of doing the same thing over again. I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's gonna be the same match too, and that's just something we're just gonna have to hold. I hate to say it, bro,
I'll
but that's
say that
AEW.
this show looks, other than the top main events, this looks to be like a worse show overall than it was last year in terms of the card. Like the top three matches, which I'm guessing would be MJF, Osprey, Danielson, Danielson, Swerve, and I guess maybe Monet and Britt. Like everything else is just like considerably.
Uh, I'm gonna look at the results right now. Personally, I just feel like they had the opportunity to make Wembley one of the biggest shows. You know, they could have actually made it like much better than last year, and they just really opted not to with the bizarre decision to, excuse me, to not crown Will Osprey
Yeah.
or not do Osprey Danielson.
But now you're looking at this roster and it's way less than what they had a year ago. And there's more people leaving.
Mm-hmm.
More people on the way. Like we didn't get to it in the news, but Ricky Starks, they're saying he's
Oh
gone.
yeah,
They're saying he's gone.
yeah. They're saying that shit's a done dilly, bruh.
Yeah.
Um,
Garcia, they've stopped mentioning him. They have stopped mentioning him completely. Daddy Magic, nowhere to be found on the show. He's gone.
it should have always been that way, but that's just me.
Just saying, like that. They're saying that the way that they have just completely kind of like just stopped talking about these two people is I mean four really because the Lucha Brothers as well. Like it's pretty safe to say these guys are gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, them niggas gone. Um, yeah, I'm looking at the card from last year. Yeah, you have Punk, you have the Golden Elite and Bullet Club Gold. I would say those that's a better trios match than whatever fucking the ladder match that they're about to have. They had the Stadium Stampede, not my favorite, match stipulation, whatever, but it gets the crowd involved. Um, I wouldn't dare do that shit this year and see all those fucking empty seats. Um, the triple threat or sorry, the fatal four way for the AEW Women's Championship. I know Soraya is in it, and that makes me sick. But this is at the time, it's your four top women on the show. Um,
It isn't much different. DMD back on the show.
yeah,
Different.
Will Ospreay versus Jericho. I'm gonna stop looking at this card. This shit making me mad.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into NXT. We got the Chase U celebration. Um, I'm cool with Rich Holland. I think he's, for all intents and purposes, I just pointed it out like on Twitter, like Chase U saved this nigga life. What's the Drewski meme, man? We changed his fucking their life.
Changes broke nigga's life.
Yeah, that's definitely what they did.
It's either
They're This is the first time they ever cheered him and not booed him.
it's either this or don't fuck my sandwich up. So He gonna be a buff Subway sandwich maker, bro. If not for these niggas,
Don't fuck my sandwich up. That's crazy, bro.
it's one of them, bro. One of them. Uh, but yeah, I this was a good segment. I think overall this was a very much
Hmm.
a women centric show this week. But also building to like the pay per view. I was like, damn, they have a pay per view in literally like a couple of weeks.
I'm excited for it. You know, we shit comes sooner. Watch the goddamn taste out of our mouths, man. I like this a lot. But Frazier and Axiom come out and they're just like, we want a rematch. Um, and then classic WWE fashion, if the real championship eliminator, um, they Duke says, man, y'all want a title shot, you got to beat me and Riley. I think what was the moniker he called him, like Daredevil or some shit?
Yeah, it was some weird. They have a tagline for him now. Uh,
Yeah, I heard that. I can't remember right now, but I was just like, okay, I think that works for him. I just can't remember what it is currently. So is it really working for him? Shit. But I thought it was a cool little moniker. Um, yeah, and then Frazier and Axiom beat him kind of straight up too. I don't think there weren't no real shenanigans or whatever involved, so there's no dissension between the group or whatnot. But I feel like Ridge might say some shit that rub him the wrong way and be like, since you guys lost, and then it goes downhill from there.
Drop and give me 50, nigga. They need to
uh,
have a version of like the dude who does the Memphis parodies of movies. I need,
the WWE promo.
yes, bro. They need to do that with the only thing is that it would be a bunch of like well actually no, it don't matter because he'd be doing it with white people too. Like they be shit too.
Well,
But
I want a title match, squarehead at it. Yeah, I
dog,
think it'd work.
I'm gonna send him some clips and see if he does it.
um, yeah, that happens. Joe Hendry wins the number one contendership. Uh, of course. Joe Hendry was like probably the only person that didn't have any like I don't feel like this is the right word, but like underlying like rivalries or anything like that. So there was nobody like around to like really fuck him over.
Yeah, well, the match had a lot going for it. Ethan Page did a really good
Hmm.
job, I think, of trying to like the match thrown
Stop the
out.
ref.
Yeah, dragging the ref out, trying to like fuck with the ref and fuck the match up. And then obviously like well worked match. Also, I think Pete Dunne and Wesley did a lot to make Joe look good here. Um,
Hmm.
and then in the end, I think the camera did not catch this fully either. Trick Williams actually hit the trick shot. uh,
Yeah, they got it well. I thought that shit was nice too. Swooped in crazy.
and then gets out the ring, leading to Joe getting the pin and the number one contendership. And then after everything, the credits come up, and then Zachary Wentz comes out of nowhere and attacks Wesley. I think it's
Hmm.
safe to say we're going to see that match at No
Oh,
Mercy.
for sure.
Well, just be clear too. NXT is taped next week, so watch out for anybody who has not seen the spoilers or seen the spoilers. So there's a lot.
uh,
There's a couple
go
matches.
go ahead and block Wrestle Vote.
Yeah, Black Russell Bolts, Brock, Block, Fightful, all of them. If you don't want to see the spoilers, but there were some surprises on next week's episode that I don't want to give away, but there's a couple more matches that are added as well.
Okay, I'm actually gonna look up the NXT spoilers myself, and that is the problem of having two computers. I was typing into the wrong search box.
Yeah, you get it out, get it out the X video search box, bro. You gonna look at the you gonna
No, we not. We on I can't think of one right now.
you on Fansly, bitch.
Oh hell no. Shawty not getting my money. Okay, I just got that pulled up, but let's talk about the rest of the show. I thought it was really good. It's gonna be Ethan Page and
Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry. Should be cool.
You
Yeah, I
also
got much to say about that.
We also had another title match that was decided as well. They had the
Mhm.
like the gauntlet women's gauntlet match shit.
Yeah.
So complicated. All the rules I was like, huh? What the fuck is going on here, bro?
Yeah, this shit was extra, but I think the ladies did the damn thing. But at the beginning of the show, we got thou should not be named, taking out Carmen Petrovich. Um,
Yeah, no Izzy.
we don't say that around here. Um, and then for the match, we got Sol Ruka eliminating Rizzo. If is if the
You
person
did
that
not
showed
you did not want her to get this this
I
title shot.
dog, maybe I'm hard, but what like I get it. The stipulation is,
People who
people that
haven't
had
been.
never faced Roxanne,
Yes.
but what has she done to even be considered for this? Like
She
why was her name even written into the ball?
she in the mob, nigga.
If if she would have pulled Chris Lucifino aside and say or pull Stack aside and say, hey yo, good shit, putting my name in there. If Ava pulled out her name and said, oh, what the fuck this shit in here? Did you put a name in here?
So
Nah,
you just wanted more story to like why she's
because
even in.
what it literally makes no sense to me because you have Jada Parker who, just had a brief interaction. She made it very clear that she wants to face Roxanne. You got Kendall Gray. She has just been being on a little win streak. You have you know, Win Sinclair also on a win streak. Carmen Petrovich, I don't think she's really on a win streak and no shit, but she's been, factored into the show or whatever. Then you just have Rizzo.
She might be my new favorite,
Who?
Carmen Petrovic.
Oh, she's really good. I like her a lot. Out of a lot of the newcomers, I'm seeing a lot of prospect or like a lot of good stuff within Kendall Gray. She
Yeah.
was in there just throwing shotties. I was just like, yeah,
She's like a little
fire.
she's like a little Kurt Angle type. They got a lot of like real shooters, bro. That's why I'm like, man,
Yeah.
go ahead and fire Sonya and shit. Hello? Never mind. Keep
You
going.
ain't lying. Um, yeah, no. But yeah, we have Sol Ruka eliminating Rizzo. You got Kendall eliminating Brinley. Um, Jada eliminating Kendall. Ruka getting rid of Ren Sinclair, and then you have Jada Parker defeating Sol Ruka to get the win.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I think again, you got to see if these girls are ready. And Roxanne is the measuring stick for as long as she's gonna be there. You have to be putting her up against people that they have to be ready because there are some hitters coming to the roster, and these ladies got to be ready because
Mm-hmm.
Julia is coming, Stephanie Vacker is coming. Uh, like
Terror on the screen.
bruh, they are on the way. Like it is for real, and Roxanne's got to get these chicks ready, man.
I agree. We'll see how ready they are by the time they come around. Um, yeah, that's it for the main topics. Next we got Wendy Chu beating Lola Vice. I know it was not a clean win,
I ain't like it.
but you telling me a fucking pillow took her out?
It was a loaded pillow, bro.
Vic Joseph doesn't say that. So that's why
They
I
found
was
they
like,
found
what the
they
fuck?
found, they found out after. That's why.
Yeah.
What was dumb about it is that Kalani reveals the belt from the thing, and I was like, so you knew it was in there the whole time, and you still let your homegirl get bought by it. So weird. It's such a weird like. And again, I get you got to beat Lola here because you have to make Wendy look strong. But I mean, what's stopping Lola from just hopping up and beating Kalani ass for that, bro? Like that, like that was fucked up.
Yeah, and then just turning heel again. Yeah, man, I don't can we just beat Wendy Chu and get this shit over with? Like,
Is she gonna be around? You think?
what do you mean by around?
Is she gonna be around? Like what is she doing? What is she doing, man?
Cause niggas not gonna like my answer. Uh I I tried to give this like some benefit of the doubt. Well, actually, no, I did write it off at the start, but I did like when she was interacting with Tatum Paxley.
Mhm.
Now I'm just like, this shit is whatever to me. I I kind of struggle to see what her purpose is here because she's not a Roxanne type where people are getting better working with her. You know, she's not a measuring stick by any means.
She had one hot streak when she first started the new gimmick, and it really was working. And now I just feel like the gimmick has like ran out. It's ran its course, and I don't know if she wants to do this or if creative wants to do it. But like, you know what, I wouldn't mind for her to just be normal and just have a whole new thing.
I I was if she would have just came back normal.
I wouldn't have said shit.
Cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said shit. I would have been like, "Yep, you know what, you're right."
Back to normal. You know, or just we just doing something else here. And I'm just like, that's perfectly okay with me. But I just don't understand why Sleepy Girl has to be spooky. I
But well, she's never even cut a promo to explain what's going on.
Yeah, we just have to imply that she's mad. You know, she got on the wrong side of the bed, which I'm just like
Is that what it is? So why
that
can't she do it? Why can't she do a character with like Bray Wyatt in the Fiend where she gets on the right side of the bed? Huh?
that's what I thought was gonna happen at some point.
I guess.
But NXT being NXT, weird as shit. Um, Hank and Tank defeating the OC.
I'm gonna be real with you. I skipped this.
There wasn't much to see,
I'm gonna be
but
real with you. I skipped it.
I'm gonna be real. The OC, AJ Styles, you gotta let him go.
Right. I would get
You have to let these niggas go.
if you wasn't that good at a job and you needed money, I would do the same thing AJ Styles did here. I would get you a bag.
Yeah, but like I just know that AJ Styles gonna be upset if they get dropped. But you're gonna have to understand, big dog, them niggas is garbage.
Hank and Taker like the Public Enemy. Remember Public Enemy from WCW and ECW?
Yeah, I think that look really works works well for them. Um, what's his face? Tank probably shed a few pounds and shit like that.
Jesus Christ.
Probably get a tattoo or something. I don't know. Use some VC because
UC.
they look very plain. Because what is he? He took the jersey off, and I was just like,
Keep the
put that
jersey
shit.
on. That's what I'm saying. Like, keep
Yeah,
the
put
jersey
that shit back
on.
on.
Y'all need to look like Public Enemy. Like y'all give me the Public Enemy vibes. Like bring the table out like Public Enemy used to do.
I think that'll work well with them. Well for them. You know, you can't go wrong with being extreme.
I'm starting to get to the point with NXT where I'm wondering if some of these people are never gonna go to the main roster or if they're gonna like do both. Because like not every one of these acts is gonna work. You know? Like other than
Mm-hmm.
like the women, which like the main roster needs a huge like infusion of women up there. I think that they need more women. But in terms of the men, like I can see a point where they're like, we good, and they don't need nobody else from NXT. Like I could see Ethan Page going up to the main roster like tomorrow, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
Mm-hmm.
He would be completely fine. But like the rest, I'm like, we good. We don't really need or trick too. But other than that, like we good. We don't need anybody. Like Javon Evans is a ways away, and I know a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people. He has a segment on the show too, and a lot of people are like, well, they picked Joe Hendry over Javon Evans or whatever. They're slowing him down. I'm just like, bro, like they gave you an introduction to him. The storyline moved on. He is like 20 years old. Do you think that you need to give him everything right now?
Mm-hmm.
He's
I
going to,
think
he
I
needs to
think oh go
like
ahead.
he needs to eat some pork and fucking get his
Eat some pork is crazy.
get his weight up, bro. Real shit.
um yeah, like I like Javon Evans too. He could definitely wait. He's good. I won't take that away from him, but like let's just pump the brakes a little bit, fellas. Um, like you said, we don't have to really give everybody everything like very much too soon. Um, because I know it worked. I know it really worked well for the story, but like even for like Trick Williams, I still feel like he probably got that too early, and that's why he dropped it like so soon. Because he still has stuff that he just needs to work on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, what do we got next? The laptop fell asleep. I'm glad this is happening. Tony D'Angelo versus Obafemi.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it.
They've been
This is
teasing it for a while.
Yeah. The tease is just walking in front of each other and stealing each other's spotlight.
But it's worked because it's been natural. It's like two guys
Yeah.
that love the spotlight. You know what I
And
mean?
then you kind of get it because it keeps happening. You're just like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here.
And the
So
segment it happens in is natural too. Is
mhm.
they use like a main roster trope of like things kind of folding into each other. Because it had the no quarter catch crew coming out, and then Ren says, anyone who wants to challenge him for this, come out right now. And Oba comes out, she says, I am so sorry. Ren is has quickly become one of the best things about the show. Like
Yeah.
she is
Hey man, I know what you said about Bianca, y'all, but this little nigga splitting my sides, bro.
she, she's taking me to Chuckle Town. Like
Yeah. um yeah, man, she's working. I think she's fucking hilarious, man. Yeah. So looking what is it? Tony D'Angelo kind of just tells Charlie to be like, we'll get back to that. But I gotta handle this motherfucker first. And they started putting hands on each other. This is the first time in a long time that we've seen somebody get the one up on
Oba.
yeah. What
But
is it?
but
Uh,
again, Tony's original. He deserves like that spotlight. You know what I'm saying? He deserves that spot. I think that people forget that like he is really kind of the last one, right? Like, he's the last one left of all of the original guys. They're all gone except for him.
yeah.
Ron, Mello, Grayson, they're all gone. And it's really just Tony left. And you got this. You don't really get to see his strength show it off, but when he fucking picked up Oba, I said, "Oh, okay,
hmm
they going crazy with it."
You forgot LA Knight.
Oh, yeah, LA. Well, I mean, from that,
I forgot.
I
No, I
meant
just
from
forgot
that.
he was on that team.
Yeah, like he was
The
on the hill.
2.0. Uh, I think he was on like the OG. No, he was.
He wasn't
Yeah,
on the hill.
he was on the vet team. My fault. My fault. My
Yeah, he
fault.
was on
Yeah,
the.
you're
Yeah,
so right.
yeah, I think because it was Braun, Tony, Mello, Grayson, and Braun, Tony, Mello, Grayson. Who was the fifth one? I'm bugging.
I don't think there was a fifth.
There wasn't. Wasn't
You
it
know
like
what?
wasn't it
Let's
like
War
wasn't
Games 2.0, NXT War Games.
am I tripping?
Nah. Yeah, I could have sworn there wasn't a
Yep.
fifth guy.
NXT War Games. It
No,
was
it's four.
oh, it's four. Yeah, it was four. So it was Braun, Grayson, Tony, and Kurt. Yeah, he's the last one left.
Yeah.
And Trick. What Trick was a
Well,
ballet at the time.
Valet. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I guess if you want to count fifth guys, it's Dexter Loomis and Trick Williams who were like um involved in some shape or fashion. Um but yeah, no, I think this is a good program. I think this is definitely something that should like slowly start shuffling him out. I don't really think I don't really think that he tech well like not to sound rude, but I don't think he really needs to be around anymore.
I actually don't think that he's close to leaving.
You think why is that?
Um, I mean, he's got this stable. He's got this whole crew.
Oh yeah.
He's got this crew. He hasn't won the NXT title or anything. He hasn't even been like in the orbit for a while. Like I would give that to him before you do that. You know. I,
Oof.
I just don't think it's time. I really don't. Like I feel like Tony is yet to kind of have that match. I feel like calling him up right now would be very premature. He was also like the young, like one of the youngest of all of those guys too.
Yeah.
So I think he's actually still quite young. If unless I'm like, oh no, he's not. He's 29. I'm bugging.
Oh, yeah. Send this nigga up. Honestly, I think let Tony D'Angelo stay a little bit longer, but instead of him like receiving a lot of opportunities, I would start giving it to like Lucifino and Stacks, and then just kind of just letting D'Angelo be around.
Stacks can go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can. The only person that I'm just like I don't know or like I'm not too sure is Lucifino.
Crucifino.
Crucifino, sorry. It's Luca Crucifino, sorry.
You putting the word
Um
together, boy. I got niggas gotta call you out when you start calling
yeah,
niggas.
man, niggas been letting me call this nigga Obi-Wan fucking shit for bad long. What's wrong with y'all? Um but yeah, no, I think they need to just work on that. But I do agree that I think D'Angelo and Stacks, I think they cool with leaving, in my opinion.
I don't know, man. I just feel like for Tony, there's just one more kind of thing he needs to get. Like the interest is cool, but I just don't think like all of them can come up with him. They
Yeah,
they didn't
no.
even they didn't even do that with Santos. Like they were just like, okay, we
Yeah,
just
we could keep Rizzo down here. Yeah,
yo,
keep Rizzo.
what did she do to you?
She's just not good, and she hasn't contributed much to the women's division or anything. Like she's just been really just like around like the men for a really long time. Like she hasn't been integrated with any of the women until she gets a fucking number one contenders opportunity. It's bizarre to me. But yeah, she could just stay down. Um, yeah, that's it. Oh, Ashante Adonis defeated
Glasses, nigga.
yeah, the glasses nigga
With
Flake
the
loser at nigga.
with the sweet chin music, she had me dying.
Yeah, with the
I'm gonna need a little bit more from glasses, nigga, than when my glasses get knocked off. I'm mad. Like I'm gonna need a little bit more from him, dog.
that'd be nice. But I don't think you will.
Like I'm gonna need a little bit more character from this nigga than
Yeah, Bruce Banner or
yeah
Clark Kent,
he fine as hell. Who write his storyline, nigga? Like he fine as hell, boy.
Bree.
Oh wow.
Damn well that's who's putting pen to paper, bro.
Come on, bro.
Um,
So come on, nigga. Come on. But yeah, again, Ashanti, he's mixing it up well. You also saw Javon mingling with Cedric Alexander as well. So
mm,
again, you can see immediately their value on the show. And I hope that grows. But Cyrus, like, I gotta ask you, like, what are your thoughts on like this is gonna be a very different show in a month.
yeah.
And you can kind of see that I don't want to say it's winding down, but you can tell that there are some things that they're kind of moving out the way. Like they're saying, okay,
Mhm.
we're gonna have Roxanne beat everyone she hasn't beat. We're gonna have the Hendry stuff. I could imagine that being over with after No Mercy, and it's gonna be back to Trick. So to me, my prediction of Trick and Ethan I feel like it's probably gonna happen. In that first taping. But like, what are your thoughts? Like, are you excited? Like, what are you hoping to see in a month from this show? Because you've been watching it for the past 2 and 3 years, like just like I've been watching it. You've been reviewing it. You've been looking at it from a critical eye. This is going to be a very different show. Like, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts? On what's coming up?
I'm extremely excited for one. Like, what is it? We're seeing like another. Well, I
Ever?
wouldn't say like renaissance, but like we're seeing another evolution of NXT,
Yeah.
and it's only been like 3 years. Like, the conversation about NXT being developmental and whatnot. Nobody's necessarily like wrong in that conversation, but I do think they're getting held up on different points of like what's going on here. But NXT is a like ever changing brand, and I like this a lot.
Mhm.
Um, the new stuff just doesn't stop coming with NXT. I yeah, I'm just really like I don't know if like, CW gave them like a lot of money to like change presentation or anything like that, but like, you know, this show possibly getting a new flair, a new look to it. Um
I mean,
again.
the deal the deal is like upwards of 25 million a year. So it's I mean,
Yeah.
these kids are going to be getting a massive raise in the next 5 years. They're going to be getting a massive raise. So if
I love that for him, man.
you put, you put it in, and I think that this is higher than the USA deal, NXT USA deal. What was that supposed to be? Um, renews the deal. There wasn't a number on it, but I would imagine it wasn't this. I think that it was under 20, but someone can probably correct me on that. But like it came with a package deal. This is completely different, but this I can see that it's going to look different. You already know the money's going to be what the money is, but I mean, just as far as the talent, like we should start seeing in the next couple of weeks, and that's what I think people should be looking at No Mercy. Just for teases of these things, you could be
Hmm.
seeing Garcia, you could be seeing Ricky Starks, you could be seeing the Lucha Brothers. You're going to be seeing Julia. You're going to be seeing Stephanie Vacker. You're going to be seeing Delta and Lord knows who else who could just come down from the main roster. Like it's going to be a big deal, and I mean,
Oh, and they're gonna be on the road too.
and they're going to be on the road. And I would say this is NXT 3.0 at this point, where it's a mix between what people love, the black and gold, but also the developmental side of it. And I'm wondering how they're going to balance that because what we saw with NXT last time in black and gold was that the people that needed that developmental help, they ended up being shitty because there was so much time spent with the other people. But with the crew that you have coming, veterans and rookies alike, I think that people like Juliet, Vacker, Garcia, Starks will help these other guys. I think that they will enhance
Hmm.
their presentation by being around these guys at the PC. I worry about it, but I'm also like I think the men more than anything need this infusion of male talent coming
Yeah.
in, and they need this right now. Tony D'Angelo needs this help. Obafemi needs this help. Those are your shoe-ins right now. But I think in order to bring these other guys up, you've got to have these new guys come in, and that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah. These crowds are gonna be hot. I'm excited to see what CM Punk is gonna do, what Randy Orton is gonna do, when they go to St. Louis. Yeah, man, I'm extremely excited for what's to come for like NXT. Like stuff is changing. Stuff is happening, and gotta love it.
It's gonna be crazy.
People were counting out this show, when they did the 2.0 thing. So, once again, to my 2.0 right, my NXT riders, you feel me?
You were right there
Let's
from
bask in this moment, man. Let's
yeah.
not let motherfuckers take this away from us. Also, I just want you to know, I've been playing Balacho this whole time.
You're
I
crazy.
just want you to know that I just beat Gold Steak with the platinum plasma joint right now.
Well, there you go. I'm your lucky charm. Think about the cry.
Oh man, that 3 million looking nice, nigga. That is it for our show, man. You can subscribe to us on Patreon, patreon.com/slash the A Show RNC. You can also follow us on Twitter at the A Show RNC. You can follow me, Cyrus, at Cyrus on TWR. You can follow Justin at OG Johnny 5. You can also there's a link in the show notes to all our socials, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And Quan should be back next week, and then we'll be reviewing All In and talking about No Mercy, right? Yeah, that's what's next.
Yeah,
No
that's
Mercy's next week.
yep, September 1st.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna link these spoilers in the chat, and then we're done. So let's get out of here. Peace out, guys.
Peace, y'all.